Opening arguments are set to begin today in the murder trial of an illegal immigrant accused of shooting and killing Kate Steinle in San Francisco on the pier in 2015. Juan Francisco Lopez Sanchez has been deported 5 times to Mexico and was just released by sheriff's officials months earlier despite a request by immigration officials, ICE, to keep him behind bars. Our next guest lived through a similar experience when her son Josh was killed by an illegal immigrant in 2010. Joining us right now is Laura Wilkerson. Laura, so sorry about Josh. Does this make you want to relive the whole experience again, or make you want to double down to make sure justice is done?
It makes me want to double down to see justice is done. This is going to be such a hard time for the Steinle family. My prayers are with them. You know, it's the hardest thing you can do, to sit through the trial and see the pictures and hear the medical examiner and relive it again, and it is excruciating. So
right now, this seems to be as open and shut case as you can imagine. Do you think that makes it any easier knowing there's hardly going to be a counter?
Absolutely not. I mean, you know, people thought mine was an open and shut case because the guy that killed him actually told where the body was, but it is not. It's a ball game in court, in a very different game, and there is no surety of any outcome. And so, no, it's not an open and shut case at all.
Do you think the fact that there's a state now wants to be a sanctuary state, that they'll make a stand here against Kate Steinle's killer, and they'll say, okay, we're going to show you why we're a sanctuary state, because even though it's offensive for us to think about, for the people that put Governor Brown in office, they kind of agree with it?
I think it's absurd that he's trying to do that. I mean, it's absolutely absurd to me. This is a 5 times deported, 7 times felon, and the United States cannot figure out how to keep him out of our country. We must build the wall. It's so easy for them to go back and forth. It's apparent. To be a sanctuary city says welcome criminals. So right here in Houston, Texas, same thing. They're calling it a welcoming city. We know what that means. Every city's a welcoming people, but we welcome people that are legal. And that should be the end of it. We've got to build that wall to keep them out. I mean, it's amazing that we can do so much in this country, but we can't keep one felon out.
But they don't even want to call ICE officials to stop the next Kate Steinle situation. If these if these guys are supposed to be deported, they're not going to get ICE is not going to get their call returned.
No, they're not. You know, even Joshua's killer had an ICE hold on him, but it fell off before trial, which meant he could have bonded out and been free to flee to his other country. He's a flight risk at the very least. If you have a white, wealthy man who's, you know, charged with drunk driving or something, the very least they do is take his passport. These guys are a flight risk at the very least.
And if the Steinles are watching, what's your advice for them?
That I am so sorry about what they're about to go through. I know you're kind of excited it's getting to this point, and I just pray for you each and every day, because when you go home from here, it's kind of like you've closed a chapter, but it is absolutely the loneliest part of the grief that I had, because now no one's really trying to help you through this case, and you're not speaking with officials, and it is excruciating.
Laura, thanks so much. I'm sure Josh is glad that you're still fighting, keeping his name alive, and fighting for other people. Thank you.